This next video, I'd like to ask Thee to bless me that I will have strength to do and say the things that Thou would have me say. And bless us that we'll have a lovely day today. It's very, very cold outside. I'd like to ask that I'll be warm enough and I'll be able to keep the wood stove going and not burn the house down. And that the animals out there won't be too cold. And help me to do my part. And please bless all those who watch these videos that they may feel uplifted and feel closer to Thee and feel loved, and that their problems may seem smaller. In these things we pray in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Good morning. Well, here I am upstairs. Went to bed early last night, like around 8 or probably 9 by the time I fell asleep. And then I woke up in the night and I was awake for an hour, still wide awake, and I just went back to sleep. And I didn't get up till 8:30 this morning, or didn't wake up till 8:30. So I'm just getting around to, haven't done much of anything yet. But I have my tea, and so I'm going to sit here and drink it with you, and I hope somebody comes along and we can visit. It was -30 last night here. It's a cold one. I should have checked and seen what the weather is elsewhere, you know. But this room upstairs is nice and warm. Look at all these windows, and it's a sunny day. It's perfect. And my little garden is growing. I have to keep you plugged in for a while though, because you weren't plugged in all night. Alright, well, let's have our drink of something here. I think I'll hang you up over here. See if that will work. Hey, I played my violin last night. Yesterday, I worked on one piece. It was a nice piece. What was it? It came upon the midnight clear. Apple cinnamon with a cinnamon stick. So what's been happening out there for you today? Is it cold? I had such a lovely time yesterday over at Scarlett's. She's got these beautiful little baby goats. They were 2 days old now. It was really nice to go see them. And she's got these 3 pigs, which keep growing. I can only imagine. We used to raise pigs, right? $250 a year. For 8 years until I had enough and left. Well, oh look, someone's here. Good morning, one person. And how are you? Willem has gone off to get the car tires fixed. You know, forever. I'm 66 years old. We've been doing this for 40 years, getting tires every year or something. Well, Willem and I, for 25 years, we've lived here, and we never had to take our tires back after they changed from summer to winter tires. Never had to take them back to get them pumped up again or to fix the seal. And yet the last 2 years, it's like, what's with this? Like, your tires just, they'll be flat. And it has something to do with the valve, I guess. How is this possible? Like, why are they selling tires that do this? Or is it the way that I thought it had to do with the seal that they're putting around the ring. Oh, hi, Lori. Nice to see you. So it's 7 degrees in Missouri. That's mighty cold, isn't it? So what's negative 30? Okay, Google, what's negative 30 is in Fahrenheit? Minus 22 degrees Fahrenheit. I guess it's a little cold. It's very cold. Minus 22 Fahrenheit. Anyway, I'm not going outside. Last night, before it got cold, it was negative 8 Celsius, which is nothing. And I asked him to bring in double the wood. So he did. So I have a double wood pile. So I don't have to go out when it's negative 30. I saw the deer in the middle of the night. I think it was 3:30, and I opened my eyes, and there he was. Yes, I guess we're colder. Oh well. So I have no plans for today. I have no, nothing. I mean, if I sit here and I start thinking about my plans for today, in a minute I'll have a list as long as your arm. As long as your arm. How long is that? Depends how small you write, right? Oh, hello, Devon. Devon. Yeah, these things are moving across, eh? These storms, or these cold spells, they don't stay in one place. But take heart, because as we orbit, we're getting closer to the sun every day. Lori, I don't have you in my book. Lori Young, Missouri. And Devon, do I have you? I think I might have you in here, Devon, in New Brunswick. D. It's good for me to do this because then I know who's who. No, Devon, I don't have you in here. Devon, what was your last name? Johnson. New Brunswick. There we go. So we're here from Ontario, Canada. And, oh, no thumbs up yet. Oh, Devon, you were from Athens. Tell me about your life in Athens. I lived in Beechwood, 665 River Hill Drive. It was a nice house. I can finally give out the address of it because nobody is living there. None of our family is living there anymore. It was a nice place. We had a river in the backyard, down a hill. Why do I get hiccups when I'm drinking tea? I guess I'm getting water in with it. So let's see, what should we do today? I'll show you my, I was a student there, then worked. I lived in many places, but lastly was on the east side. I lived on the west side. When I was in, so you were a student there, did you, so you went to the university. It was an interesting place, wasn't it? I lived on Meg Street, back when there were old houses on Meg Street. I lived in one there. And I lived in an apartment on Millage Avenue. It was upstairs in a big old house. And where else did I live? I lived on Whitehead Road, across from the church. It was back behind and down. I went back there and looked at it. We used to go horseback riding at Lake Wellbrook, but when I went back to look at Lake Wellbrook, it's a lake that's sort of a decorative lake or a recreational lake in the middle of a neighborhood. It's totally different. It was this red lake once upon a time, you know. It was very, very red, very dirty. We had just moved there from the north, and my mother was horrified that this was the kind of water that we had everywhere was red. And she was from pristine New York. It's a great town for music and food. It could get a bit crazy on football game days. Oh yes, I used to babysit on football game days. People that went to see the game, and so I would get over there early in the morning before the people were out. But I didn't like the partying. It just seemed so. There was such depravity. There was such drinking and brawling and sex. It was just the whole experience there. There was no family attitude or atmosphere. It was very much sororities and fraternities, and they just turned the town upside down. And these football games, they were filled with cars of people who had their red cups of beer. I just felt it was the most redneck. I don't know. It was just, I couldn't stand it. Finally, I left, and I was not a moment too soon. And I went back once. Well, of course, I went back to take care of my mom. And there were all these people. It was still the same, except that the whole downtown had completely gone depraved. The whole downtown, I used to have lots of friends that worked in stores, and there was a lot of very interesting shops. It was a beautiful place. And now it's just empty, dark rooms that have a bar. And I guess people stand around and talk or something. It's just, I just was very, very disappointed in what's happened to it. Anyway, I guess it goes the way. You know, we gravitate toward who we are. If you're filled with light, you gravitate toward light. If you're filled with self-centeredness and, you know, physical lusts and such, then you gravitate toward that. And then I guess enough people gravitated that way that it's just become worse and worse. But not me. I went here, and I live in the beautiful woods in Ontario. I hope I don't have to leave it one day and get old and go to town. There's nothing really to look at in town. You look out the window and what do you see? A house that doesn't change. But you can see during a snowstorm in a city, you can watch the snow blowing off the roofs. You can pretend all the roofs are mountains. I lived in a high-rise once on the 7th floor, and I would look across the city and you could see the tops of all the trees, and sometimes it looked like a desert. Sometimes it looked like the ocean with ships. And sometimes it just looked like a city. But it was really interesting to be above all the movement and activity. It's kind of like, you know, I used to, when I went to BYU, I went up there and was on top of, I climbed the mountain. And I was up there, I don't think I got to the top because it was pretty tall, but I went way up the mountain. And then I sat there and I thought about God, and I thought about all the things that happened in mountains. You know, the Savior went into the mountains to pray, and Moses went up on the mountain and received the commandments, came down, saw the rotten state of the people, broke them, went back up and got some simpler ones, the 10 Commandments. It's like, let's get them in order first, and then we can teach them something deep. Anyway, I'm supposed to be studying. Oh, you would? Oh, interesting. Brigham Young High School. Now, where's that? Is that in Utah? I'm glad we don't have to walk across the plains. I'm glad we don't have to flee from everything. But in the scriptures it says that in the last days we'll flee to the mountains. I've thought about that, and I've thought, what were we going to be fleeing from? Perhaps it's going to be from the weather. I mean, I always thought it was going to be from people, but perhaps it's just going to be so hot or so flooded that the mountains will be where we have safety, or perhaps there'll be civil war. It's really looking like civil war is on the horizon, the distant horizon. This whole situation right now is we're on the edge of Ukraine. Russia is going to invade Ukraine, I think, and China is going to take Taiwan. And I imagine that they're both going to do it at the same time, which will split all the resources of NATO, which would be in their best interest, Top of the morning. I'm going to go get rid of you, Jonathan. I think that you are a troll. I think that your purpose here is to draw all the attention to yourself and to make people leave the channel. And I'm not going to deal with that. And so I'm just going to block you because you are a troll. So there you go. Okay then, there we go. There. I've been wanting to do that. I hope that it's completely hidden from channel from now on. It says, I don't know. It doesn't seem that I can block it. Yeah, thank you, Colin. Thank you. I didn't know about trolls. I didn't know that people do this with the intent purpose of driving people away and upsetting things. And then yesterday, I went on Facebook and I was doing something on there, and on Messenger, somebody had sent me a link, and it said join group. And so I clicked on it, join group. And it came up with this long list of things that you're not allowed to do. You're not allowed to put other people down, any sex comments, any, stirring up trouble, or, all kinds of stuff. And I thought, whoa, that's what this guy's doing. That's totally what this guy's doing. And somebody else had written to me and explained what a troll is, and what the purpose is to drive users away from the channel or away from the chat. And we have a safe space here where we can visit and get to know each other. And I mean, we're careful as you are anywhere on the internet. You don't tell them exactly where you live. If you live in a huge city and you don't use your real name, you can put your city name in there and you're safe because nobody's going to find you anyway. But then yesterday there was some attacks on people, which I didn't notice. I know where you live, I'm going to get you, or something like that. And I realized that I was allowing a really disruptive element of darkness to inhabit my channel of light. And I don't want that. And none of you deserve that. You are all really nice people. I mean, the fact that you come here and you watch me in my little life doing whatever it is I do, I think it's really neat that there's somebody out there who's 66 years old who is not worried about sharing her life and taking people along. When I had 2 bad hips and I was stuck in a chair and I couldn't go up and down stairs because my knees were also pretty bad, I would have appreciated to be able to watch somebody and sort of participate in their life, or if you live alone, to be able to see people who see you, not physically see you, but you can talk to them. And, I just love this format where people are leaving and saying, well, I've got to go to Walmart, I'll be back in a while. And I'm still here, we're visiting when they get back. Or, my house is getting a lot cleaner because, I do a lot of things because I talk about the things I want to do, and then I get up and do them because you got to watch something, right? How come I look so dark in here today? Is it just my eyes? My glasses are so bad. They're stained and dirty, and they're even crooked. And they don't work anymore, and I can't see very well. But I have the best little plants growing in my gardens. And you know what's neat about them? Hi, Susan. I got rid of Jonathan. Yep. Well, I can't. It doesn't say block. It says hide from channel. I don't know how that works. But anyway, you were right. This was a thing I hadn't realized goes on. You know, because there's the community standards. There's the in most places, you know, like on Facebook and on any place, you're not allowed to put all these different kinds of messaging that you are not allowed to do. And we always just, of course, will accept those guidelines. But you don't have guidelines like that for a YouTube channel. You know, like, where would you put it? Under the description in the main channel page? I don't know. It's a whole different format. I'm not sure how to deal with that. Oh, I know why this tastes so good. I put a whole bunch of ginger in it. I put crushed ginger and a cinnamon stick and 2 used bags of apple cinnamon tea. Yeah. I guess I'm not very internet savvy. I've always thought that I was pretty up on things. But I guess there's a lot going on out there that I don't realize. So we're free for now. Who knows what'll happen in the future, but today we're good. Lily Olive, the orange monkey, is that what you said? The orange monkey. It is good. I didn't put any sweetener in it. I think I'm going to be done with sweeteners because it makes me want to eat sweet foods. And I don't want to eat sweet foods. I want to eat savory foods. I ate all the sweet foods in my lifetime that I probably should have eaten. I mean, not that I needed to eat them, but I ate enough for a lifetime. You know, the thing about when it's negative 22 Fahrenheit, aka negative 30 Celsius, see how the numbers are getting closer? They meet at negative 40. So the wind chill here is about negative 40. Or it was last night. I think it was negative 35. Something like that. Okay, I can see that he'll pop up in a different name, probably. I wonder how many channels he does this to. See, if I could see that from here, I wouldn't have to worry about what it is. Is it Willem? If it's Willem, I should answer it. Let's see. Unknown name. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. I don't know what that is. They can leave a message on the answering machine. It's usually this. Is this Nancy today? We have a very special message for you. There has been a whatever. Or they'll say, they'll ring and say, hey, I wonder if the answer machine's on. How many times does it usually ring before the answer machine will come on? Go to menu. Oh, you can't do that when you... The line is in use, so maybe it is answering on the answer machine. There's a way to put your... There's a way to do it so that... Oh, what did you say? Okay, so I guess he came back as Elmo. Howdy, I just delete this. We are all waiting to hear. What are you waiting to hear? We wanted to reach you about your cat's extended warranty. Oh, your cat's extended warranty. Yeah, they'll tell you, you answer the phone, hello, and they said, there is an unexpected charge on your Visa account. And it's like, they don't know, they didn't say my name, they didn't tell me the account number, they didn't find out who it was, and yet they start it this way. Like, of course it's a fraud, right? But my cousin, oh, the person on the phone. Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna see. So now let's see if I can go to menu. And then menu.
You have no message.
That's the wrong one. So you go off. You go menu. Oh, and then you go up. Settings. Set date, time. Ringers. Call block. Call ID log. Phone book. Answering system. So push menu for that one, right? Announcement. Answering system setup. Voice. Guide. Answer on off. Menu. Off. Let's go to on. Okay, so the answer machine is on. Ha! There we go. Now Willem can listen to the messages and he can deal with that. Look, it's sunny down here. That's why I'm in the dark. If I get down there, I'll almost be in the sunshine. My back doesn't brighten that way. Okay, so so Lily Olive, where are you? What part of the world are you in? Yeah, there's one about you're going to go to prison if you don't pay your taxes. I don't know. What's another one? Oh, that your computer is broken. We're going to help you fix your computer. Or maybe they do that in the computer and then you end up with this. That's a big scam. Oh well. So anyway, what do you think about the future where it says in the scriptures that we're going to have to flee to the mountains? Pray that your flight is not in winter, that you're not nursing. Oh, dancing with a quilt. The things I come up with, it's a good thing I don't drink. Who knows? This is me. What you see is what you get. It's really looking pretty out there. I suppose I could turn the camera around and show you my nice view. I like looking at it. It's better than looking at me, I think. So, let's see what we should do today. I'd like to play my violin. I worked on one song yesterday. Was anybody here for that? Did you like it? Was it okay? My theory about going to the mountains is that his chosen ones will be up in the mountains and hidden from the worldly people. That's an interesting idea. So then it sounds like there'll be war, right? Like civil war, and people will have to flee. But what we've always thought of the wars that are in this area, that we fight them elsewhere. Like we're going to fight in Ukraine and we're going to fight in Taiwan. And it's going to be a world war, don't you think? Hi, good morning, Ellen. Anyway, just thinking all these things. But you see, what if they can arrive here in our beautiful promised land, where we're so protected from the rest of the world? What if these people that are, all this world war that's going to happen, anyway, yes, and we will be well fed and protected. Or is it a metaphorical mountain? Flee to the mountains, like the mountains in our lives. The mountains. My cousin said the most amazing thing. She said that, moving mountains, and if you have faith, you can move a mountain. So it's a miracle to move a mountain, right? So you have faith, and you act on that faith, and then you can move the mountain. Hi, Susan. How are you feeling today? You went to the hospital, but you came back, right? So are you getting better? Susan has COVID on COVID. It's your home, Nancy. It always looks peaceful and nearer to God. It's because we have the Holy Spirit here. It's very nice. It does feel good. You know, I was talking to somebody who went to help somebody, and the place they lived was just a dark, terrible feeling there. Like sometimes you can tell what's been going on in the house by the feeling in the house. And her son immediately became, well, not right away, but when denied wanting to having what he wanted, he became very violent and very. It's as if the feeling in the house was permeating him and making him feel that way and doing all this stuff. We need to keep happy thoughts. Worrying only worsens ourselves. That's right. And that's very interesting. I'm completely open to other theories. So anyway, so my theory, making cookies sounds good. No, I don't want to do anything sweet. So I'm asking this about the fleeing to the mountains that's prophesied in the last days. And I think that that it could be the fleeing to the mountain of the Lord in our hearts. Because we've learned that the physical places on earth are not, it's not so much you have to go to a certain place, it's you go to a place spiritually in your heart. Oh, good, you're getting better. Oh, that's good. Phew. I hope you don't have long COVID. But on the other hand, who is this? Patio Elf. You haven't seen me in a while. I thought I would pop in and wish you well. Well, thank you, Patio Elf. I haven't seen you in a long time either. I'm working on my comments, on the comments on my channel, and I'm back into the 4 years ago. And I'm finding comments from you guys. And I didn't realize how long I had known you and how long we've been talking and that you've been commenting all the time. It's very interesting to get to know you now a little better with this thing. We care about you, Susan. Hi, Caprice. How's everything over there across the pond today? So it's what, 10:30 here? I changed my clock, so it's not telling me what it's supposed to be. It's 10:20, 10:17. So you are 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4 in the afternoon. Anyway. It's a beautiful day out there. It's too bad it's negative 22 Fahrenheit. But it's going to be really nice in the heat trap. If I go out there, 3:15 there, and chilly, 3, so 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. So you're 5 hours difference. Do you change your clocks? Oops, what's this saying? Not now. Why does it want me to do Apple ID identification? Yeah, Susan, we think about you, we pray about you. Hey, now I'm in the sun. That's a different thing. There's a shadow over here. Hey, I was trying to come up with some kind of a shelf that I can put on my, over this chair so I can do things. It's a rocking chair. And now I see that you're sitting on my rug hooking frame. I've got my laptop there and you are hooked over the top of the laptop. Spring forward and fall back, yes. Patio Elf, you went to school with a Susan Ernst. Isn't that interesting? You know, when you go to look someone up, it's amazing how many people have the same name out there. Have you ever looked up your own name to see how many people have your name? When I was growing up, nobody ever had my name. My name was from the north. For 10 years, Susie Crew. That's cool. It's interesting. This side of the glasses, it looks about the same as this side of the glasses, but this, if you can see that, see how the center is crooked? Is everything crooked? Yeah, this one seems to appear before the other side. Oh well. Yeah, and they're totally crooked this way, aren't they? And they're filthy. Oh well. I've got an appointment soon. I'm going to get a new pair. If I can just hold out, if COVID will let me have an appointment. It's on the 4th of, what are we in, January? Amazing how these months have changed. So the 4th of February is my appointment. Yeah, these are pretty scratched. You know, you got to be careful when you get glasses. If you get the scratch-proof coating and you get the anti-reflective, they cover the scratch-proof coating with the anti-reflective. They put 4 layers of anti-reflective on top of your scratch-proof, and so you can scratch up that anti-reflective stuff. Of course, this doesn't have anti-reflective. I don't like that. These are just very scratched. How did they get so scratched? Wow, they look pretty bad. Better not break them. If you heat it up, like that's what they do, right? They put it in a hot sand and then they bend it. You run it under hot water. Oh yeah, look at it like that. You could see the middle here is swooping on this side and then quite a quick little turn on that side. And what did you say? A 70-year-old man? What's your... Oh my gosh. Spring, spring. Is it spring somewhere? Yes, it is actually. It is spring in New Zealand and in South America and in Australia. I have an Australian, I guess he would be a nephew. Let's see, how does it work? Like my husband's brother, no, my husband's uncle has a daughter and the daughter has a son. So the daughter is his cousin and the son of the daughter is his second cousin or something, or first cousin once removed. Oh, you did? You had a friend named Nancy. Nancy is my favorite name. I never had a girl child, so I named my cat Nancy. Oh, isn't that sweet? That's nice. So Nancy is not a common name anymore, is it? When I was growing up, there was Nancy Cook. She died when she was like in her 40s or something. I couldn't believe it. Do you notice that you're finding out, you hear about all the people you knew at school and people keep dying? They will adjust them if you just go in for that. Yes, that's true. And now you have another good friend named Nancy. Yes, you guys are so nice to me. So I guess the internet, and I pushed the little rectangle. Do you see a black screen, or can you still see me? That was really interesting yesterday when you guys all saw a black screen and somebody said, "Does Nancy realize?" And that's when I got off, because I realized that I think that my phone was overheating. You know, like if I feel my phone, you know, it is a bit warm, isn't it? It's in the shade because it's hanging on the back of the thing, the laptop. So what should we do today? I got my house pretty nice looking. It's really looking better. I mean, it's not looking the thing, and it was black for me after I touched it. I always check to see if the numbers are moving. See, it's stuck at 43. So what are you seeing right now? Are you seeing a black screen? And what's going on here? Is my phone getting overheated? I'll unplug it. Maybe that will fix it. But I don't know how much. See, it's still stuck at 43. Now it's at 45. So it was stuck at 43 for quite a while. Now it's gone up to 51. You were plugged in. Oh, look at all these things. Okay, so you're all answering. Thank you. So let's see. You were plugged in, and I think the phone has gotten hot. So you're not plugged in now. Uh-oh, my video is on hold. Is anyone else experiencing this? Yes. So it was because the little triangle thing or rectangle thing came up that said reconnect. And now I'm back. And then I was gone. It did. Now you see the circular thing moving around. Now I'm okay. I see you. No black screen. Okay. I'm about to edit my YouTube video for tomorrow, so I'm going to sign off, but I'll be back. See you. So what's your video about for tomorrow, Patio Elf? You have a channel too, I assume, and you're making videos? I haven't been there. I don't really take the time to go on YouTube to see stuff, except I watch documentaries. Oh, there's 2 black squirrels out there again today. These black squirrels do not know there's a fisher down there at the stream. Hey, I never did upload that video yet. When I go to Ottawa, I will upload all those videos. It's kind of difficult now to go to Ottawa. Chatted over our videos. I have a channel on decoupage. Oh, isn't that, Lori? Yours stayed the same. That's very interesting. And Patio Elf, are you from this part of the world? Are you from Canada or the United States or one of those foreign countries? We're all foreign to each other, aren't we? All those foreigners I hang out with all day. Except there's a New Brunswicker. Anyway, I think I'm gonna practice my violin again. Will anyone mind if I practice my violin? Hi, Regina. I did what you said. I blocked them. Oh, New Jersey. I'll write it down. Patio Elf is in